Dramatic video shows the power of that 6.4 magnitude earthquake just shaking all of those items off the shelves.
Right now, at this very moment, the San Andreas Fault is tearing itself apart. This is not a drill. Seismographs across Southern California are screaming red as a massive rupture zone spreads, like a zipper ripping open the Earth's crust. Scientists monitoring the fault are watching in absolute horror as the fracture propagates southward at terrifying speed, carving a visible scar across the Mojave Desert and racing directly toward Los Angeles. Emergency channels are exploding with activity. The ground is still moving. 17 million people are in the path of what geologists are now calling the nightmare scenario they've warned about for decades. What's happening beneath California right now is rewriting everything we thought we knew about earthquake physics. The rupture began 63 seconds ago near Parkfield, the earthquake capital of California, where the fault has been eerily quiet for months. Seismic stations detected the initial tear at 11:47 a.m. Pacific time. Within 30 seconds, the fracture zone extended 40 miles. By the 1-minute mark, it had traveled 90 miles southeast. The rupture is not slowing down. It's accelerating. Live satellite imagery shows a dust plume rising thousands of feet into the air along a jagged line cutting through Kern County. Highway patrol officers report the ground literally splitting open across Interstate 5, swallowing 2 lanes of asphalt into a chasm that appeared in seconds. Cars are stopped dead on both sides of a void that wasn't there 2 minutes ago. Drivers are abandoning their vehicles and running. Dr. Jennifer Morrison at the California Seismic Monitoring Center is staring at data she never expected to see in her lifetime. Her voice cracks during the emergency broadcast. The rupture signature indicates the fault isn't just slipping, it's experiencing catastrophic bilateral failure. Both directions, simultaneously. The energy release is orders of magnitude beyond anything in California's recorded history. The numbers on her screen show a magnitude that keeps climbing. Tremors are already rattling Los Angeles. Office buildings in downtown sway as workers flood onto the streets. Phones pressed to their ears, trying to reach family members. But the cell networks are collapsing under the weight of 17 million simultaneous calls. Panic spreads faster than information. People don't know if this is the prelude or the main event. They just know the ground hasn't stopped shaking. In Palmdale, 43 miles north of LA, residents are filming the horizon. The San Gabriel Mountains appear to be moving. Dust clouds billow upward along the fault trace as ancient rock grinds against ancient rock with the force of 1,000 nuclear bombs. The sound reaches the town seconds later. A deep rumbling that rattles windows and triggers car alarms across entire neighborhoods. Parents are pulling children out of schools. The evacuation isn't ordered yet. People are just fleeing on instinct. Seismologists at Caltech are in emergency conference. The fault segment approaching Los Angeles has been locked for over 300 years, accumulating stress that could produce a magnitude 8 or higher. If the rupture reaches the metropolitan segment, the city will experience shaking beyond anything its infrastructure was designed to withstand. Skyscrapers built to modern codes might survive. Everything else is a question mark wrapped in uncertainty and prayer. The Los Angeles Fire Department activates its earthquake catastrophic response plan. Every available unit is being positioned. Helicopters lift off from rooftops. But everyone in the command center knows the truth. If the big one hits LA directly, there are not enough ambulances in the state, not enough hospital beds, not enough body bags. Water mains are already fracturing in Ventura County. Geysers erupt through residential streets as century-old pipes snap under the torsional stress of the moving fault. Power flickers across the region. Transformers explode in blue-white flashes. The electrical grid, designed with redundancy for normal earthquakes, faces a failure cascade it was never built to handle. Backup systems are activating, but they're designed for localized damage, not a rupture spanning hundreds of miles. Emergency management officials are making impossible calculations. Evacuate or shelter in place. There's no time for evacuation. The freeways are already parking lots as people flee in all directions. But staying in older buildings could be a death sentence. They issue conflicting guidance, then stop issuing guidance at all as the situation spirals beyond anyone's ability to manage. In Santa Clarita, a natural gas pipeline ruptures. Flames shoot 200 feet into the air, visible from passing aircraft. Fire crews can't reach it. The access road has collapsed into a newly formed chasm. They watch the inferno from half a mile away, helpless, as the fire spreads toward residential neighborhoods downwind. Evacuation orders go out. But how do you evacuate when the roads are impassable? The rupture crosses into San Bernardino County. Seismic stations detect the fault jumping to a parallel strand, a phenomenon that releases even more energy. The shaking intensifies across the entire region. In Riverside, a 6-story parking structure pancakes in 12 seconds. The collapse raises a dust cloud that blankets 3 city blocks. There are cars inside. How many people? No one knows yet. First responders are still trying to reach the site. Scientists are now tracking something even more terrifying. The rupture is approaching the junction where the San Andreas connects with the San Jacinto Fault, one of the most seismically active zones in California. If the energy transfer triggers a sympathetic rupture on the San Jacinto, the combined event could devastate a swath from Palm Springs to San Diego. 50 miles away, seismometers detect unusual microquakes along the San Jacinto trace. The faults are communicating. The stress is redistributing in real time. Los Angeles braces for impact. 17 million people hold their breath as the rupture bears down on the metropolitan core. The skyscrapers of downtown stand silent against the sky, monuments to human engineering about to face their ultimate test. Emergency operations centers coordinate in hushed tones. There's nothing left to do but wait and watch as the fault tears closer, mile by terrible mile. The rupture is now 130 miles long and still propagating. Scientists don't know where it will stop. They don't know if it will stop. The San Andreas Fault is unzipping itself across the length of California, and the shaking that's coming for Los Angeles is already in motion, racing through bedrock at 2 miles per second. There's no stopping it now. There's only what comes next. And no one knows what that is.